As things begin to reopen, there is no question that we are looking at potentially new social elements and changing paradigms with which we may not have a great deal of prior experience. And that may include new rules of engagement, new employee expectations. What is abundantly clear as we look at this change, that change is in fact a new constant with which we're going to have to deal. And the new competence is the ability that we need to develop to accommodate that change. It may very well be that the key to return and to thrive as we reopen our businesses is going to be the acceptance and the realization that we need and there should be increased ownership at every level within the organization. And in order to do that effectively, we've got to look at things from a holistic perspective. Changing structure as we look at coming back, changing process only masks an issue and is not typically sustainable. What we really need to do is look at the entire organization, the systems, the subsystems, the department, the functions, and the people, and recognize that they are all interdependent. Let's take an example. We're going to be looking at cutting costs. Revenue is down, EBITDA is down, and costs in many respects are either stagnant or even up. So in looking at cutting costs, if we look at that from a very narrow perspective and fail to recognize and consider the interdependency of the various functions, organizations, or departments within our companies, we're not going to be able to develop a sustained approach. So in other words, if we just focus on cutting costs and we don't look at the effect of cutting that cost on the social or the cultural elements of the organization, on the operational or business systems within the organization, or obviously on the very basis of talent and how we're going to address talent going forward, we're not going to not only be able to thrive in reopening our businesses, we may very well end up with a decrease in customer intimacy, a loss of a culture that many of us hold quite dear, and potentially increase costs. I think it was Larry Miller that once said, I think it was Larry, I'm not positive, I think what he said was, we want to build a chair, not legs. So we want it to be stable, we want it to be solid, and we want everything to be dependable going forward. Good luck.